Okay, if I had to go back to my first day on iRacing, these are things I would want to know. And I'm going to kind of make a series out of this, and as I think of these, I will show you guys examples of things I wish I knew when I got on the service, just so I can help you and help you understand. So, do you see this driving line here? Turn it off. You don't need it. And I'm about to show you why you don't need it and how to learn a track without using the driving aid, iRacing driving line, and how to find the driving line way easier in a test session. So, what we're going to do, we're going to jump in the car, and I'm using the GT3 Urcon at Sebring, and I'm going to pull up the same session, but make one change. I'll show you guys exactly what that change is. So, if you notice, and if you've ever been in Florida, you will know that Florida roads are bleached. They are very white. If you've ever driven on an interstate in Florida, it is almost blinding white. So, as we go in, we know there's a turn coming up because there's cones, but we can't really see anything. There's a little bit of marks in places of where cars have driven, like there's tire marks there, but that's just wear from years of use. But there's really almost no indication of where you want to put the car. Like going into the hairpin over here. I know there's a turn coming up. And of course, there's nothing here. We just know there's a turn there. And as you drive around, like of course you're going to be learning the track as you're doing this. I hit that curve when I didn't mean to. But again, there's really no indication of where the car is going to turn. It's just bleached road like you're driving on the interstate. And this is how you're going to enter most practice sessions. It's going to look just like this. As you drive around, you're still really not able to see where the cars were running previously. Like we go in here, I know that I want to hit the curb and be flat out, but I wouldn't know to swing out there. Especially when I was first learning the track, I didn't know you wanted to swing out there. Same thing over here. You want to be over here, but we can't see that without the prior knowledge. I just know this because I've driven this track so much. So I'm going to jump in another session. I'm going to show you guys the changes you can make to help you find these lines. And then I'm going to show you side-by-side pictures, so then you can actually see what I'm talking about. So, when setting up a session on a track that you typically don't know, the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to hit this section over here. Same car, same track, same indication of everything. These track conditions right here, bump it all the way up to 100. And then you hit test drive. So, same car, same basic session, except all we have now is 100% track state. And as you see, just driving out here, these black specks on the track, those are marbles. And now we have this dark line. And this is what you're looking for when you don't know a track. You're following these black marks. This is where the driving line is. So on 100% track state, and as you race and you get into more endurance races, you will see the track start to change, and you'll start to see where the rubber is being laid down from tires wearing off. And that's one thing great about racing. If we can find the racing line, like going into the hairpin, now we have the dark marks. Now we have where the racing line is. This is a natural racing line. This is what you're looking for. Of course, there's nothing here because you're not laying rubber down. Come out. Now you see more rubber. It's a little bit hard to see here, especially with the glare on the track. But now we can know where the racing line is without using the driving aid. And now you have the whole track to look at. You have things to see. Now, see those black marks right there? That's where you want to be. Again, remember when I said you need to swing out over here? Now you have the black marks to let you know this is where the line is. This is where you're braking. Black marks, follow them. Right here. Now you can see that you swing out because the track is so dark. And that's what you're looking for. That's how you learn a new track. It is the easiest way. And when I go into a new track that I don't know, this is exactly how I do it. It may not work for every track. Like Sebring is one of those that is very bleached, that you can just see where the tire marks are. And that's one thing I love about this track is you can see where the cars have been running. You can see where the marbles are laid down. This is exactly what you want to do. And it will help you out way more in the long run. Let's see if we can see any in turn 1. It's not as prominent here, but you have this little dark mark right there. And you can see where it's laid down. And again, we can see it back in turn 2. So now I'm going to show you guys some side-by-side pictures. And you'll be able to tell the difference in what to look for with the same turns from about the same angle. So let's jump into that real quick. Alright, so this is turn 2 at Sebring, the one, if you see, very bleached track up here. So we know we have to turn over here because there's a turn. There's this black mark right here, but that's just wear from years of use, like I said. There's tire marks here, but there's nothing really here to indicate that there is a turn coming up. Same turn as Sebring. Look how dark this is. Now we can see the racing line. This is what you want to look for when you are just driving around. You can get into this chase view and you can just drive around, find the racing line, and you can see where the difference is. All this over here is marbles from just rubber flaking off and running. There's marbles over here. Here's that hairpin. So looking at the hairpin, we know we have to turn over here, but there's nothing around here. Follow the magnifying glass on the screen if you can see it. But there's nothing over here. There's no marbles out here where there should be. There's no marbles over here where there should be. We know there's a turn here, but if we can see it, same turn. Now the racing line is here. Marbles are over here. Marbles back here. All this track right here. This is what you want to follow. This is what you're looking for. And you'll start to see this when you start doing endurance races and longer races. Rubber will be laid down and you'll be able to start seeing that in real time. And it's actually really fun to see. And this is what I love about iRacing, is you can find a natural racing line without using an aid. This is that, like, second to last turn before you get on that long straight going into sunset. There's nothing here. We know we want to be over here because we've talked about it, but there's nothing to indicate that. Otherwise, you just hug this white line. Same turn right here. We can see the dark marks up here. We can see that we want to be over on this way to turn up here. There's marbles over here. There's marbles over here. Rubber laid everywhere. That this will help you more than a driving line ever will, more than an aid. This is what you want to look for. I promise you, when I go to learn a new track, this is what I look for. And this has helped me so much, and I wish I knew this on day one. This may not work too well on a lot of other tracks that have darker asphalt, but a lot of tracks that have these bleached, very white roads, it's very fun to see, and it's also really fun to see in real time. Don't necessarily count on it on ovals, because of course ovals, we want to be down on the white line to save our right front. But on a road course, this is what you want to look for. This is how I learn new tracks almost every single time. And I can be up to speed, typically within 45 minutes to an hour of how to memorize the track. And then you can start to use reference points, where to brake, where to turn in, where the cars are going to be running, and where the optimal line is without having an aid, and then using the rest of the track to look for it. So let me know what you think. Let me know if this helps you. Try it out. Go test it for yourself and do back-to-backs like I did. Take picture. This is what you want to analyze. 100%. I wish I knew this on day one. It would have helped me so much. It would have helped me so much more in the long run if I knew this, like the first day I got on iRacing, and I just didn't know how to do it. No one ever told me. So I hope this helps you guys. Let me know if it does. Let me know if you try it out. Go ahead and try it.